Today is Thursday, July 1st at approximately 8:40 or so, 8:41. We begin with taking roll call. Raymond Camina,
Present.
Gabriel Castillo, Elizabeth Flores,
Here.
Maribel Garcia, Judith Gutierrez, Omar Minha,
Present.
Salo Otero,
Here, but I can't.
Marisa Ramirez,
I'm gonna go with it.
present, Margarita Rodriguez.
Margaret's running.
She should be
She should be
here
here
shortly.
shortly, yes, she's running there. Madam Chair.
Okay, we have one member who's requesting an accused absence, which is Judith Gutierrez. She will be out of town. Do we have a motion to excuse her absence?
I have a motion to excuse her.
I second it.
Motion carries.
This guy says, there goes an arrow.
Next item we have is the approval of our minutes for the June 3rd, 2021 meeting, which is on page 2.
I move we accept as read, as written.
A second.
Motion carries. The minutes are approved for the June 3rd meeting. At this time, do we have any public or citizen comments to bring to our meeting today?
No, Madam Chair, we don't.
Okay. Moving on to the June activity report. I'm sorry. Going back, reviewing the year-to-date financial statements.
Can we open or can we start with a little prayer?
Absolutely, sir.
Please.
Yeah, so, we all, Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for another beautiful day that you've given us, Lord. Thank you for the rain that you've given us this couple of days, Lord. We are grateful for all the wonderful things that you do in our lives, Lord. We ask for you to bless this committee, each committee member, Lord, that you may bless their jobs, their families, their homes, Lord, that you may be with them and guide them and protect them at all times. Our staff here at CBD, Lord, that you may be with us. Those that couldn't make it to this meeting, Lord, we ask for you to bless them, that you may be with them, Lord. Bless our city in general, Lord, our mayor, our council members, all the city staff, everybody that is part of this beautiful city of Laredo, Lord, that you may be with us, Lord, and we continue growing in your presence, and you may be our guide to everything that we do, Lord. We give you all the honor and all the glory, and we praise you. And we ask you, Lord, that this meeting will be successful and may be a blessing to each and every one of us. Thank you for everything that's going to take place. We give you all the honor and all the glory, and we praise you. Amen. Amen.
Amen. I agree.
And we will
You're welcome.
for our prayer.
Yes.
Going to page 4, which is reviewing of our year-to-date financial statements. Eileen is out of the office, so Joel will
Yes.
review ours.
So good morning, Madam Chair. The financial statements are on page 4 and 5. And right now, we are doing good. We're basically, on expenditures and everything, we're closing down the year since we're getting close to our fiscal year is already going to end in September. If you could go to page 5, you see that we're actually exceeding what we had requested or what we projected that we were going to be receiving. So we're doing really good on the collections. So everything's going really good. We're very blessed that everything's picking up again. People are traveling, people are staying at hotels. So it shows here what we were a little bit conservative, but we see how everything is coming, and we're going to most likely exceed our expectations for this fiscal year.
I think your planning was very well
Yeah.
done.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah. Yeah, it was a whole team effort and looking, not knowing what to expect, but, we've been very blessed. And obviously the markets, the trade, the corporate business, the law enforcement, the medical staff, all that really helped. And now that people are now traveling, it's been, we've seen here at the outlets an increase in sales. So, so which is great. Restaurants are, we see more traffic. Raymond could probably testify.
Yeah.
His store, he sees more people. Yeah, so we're really excited how everything little by little is coming back to normal, and we're going to see several tournaments in the summer that I think is going to help continue this trend and helping us, and hoping that for next year it's going to be a lot better. So we're really excited.
Great.
Yeah.
It will be better.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I noticed that the Colotas are drawing in crowds of 3,500, 4,000.
Yeah.
Which they go across, they can only put 1,000
1,000,
in.
yeah.
That's their limit.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes they say, hey, it's raining over here, because it's not, right? Let's go over there, let's go to Laredo, let's go to Laredo and
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
And in Laredo, it's dollars, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but they're drying well.
Yeah.
They're drying well.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you have any, manager, any questions on the financial statements?
Just on the hotel occupancy tax, when it comes to, federal and government agencies staying, that's excluded, right? They're
That's
tax
correct.
exempt, and that's
Yeah.
a large reason why they're not
Yeah.
collecting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because the RevPAR is up, but they're not
Yeah.
collecting tax, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But it does reflect the occupation, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And then it still at the end helps the community because,
Yeah, they're still spending money.
yeah.
It doesn't throw you off because the occupancy would be a lot higher and the taxes don't match. 'Cause obviously, they don't tell you how much is the government.
Yeah, no, well, we know because it's 6%. So it's
Okay.
6% tax. So we do know what, but it's kind of really hard to say. With the numbers, we could say, okay, 6% of that was this amount, but really that, since they're federal and state government agencies, we don't touch that money. That doesn't come to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the same goes for long-term stays
Yeah.
in regards to any type of construction, with the oil
yeah,
companies that come in, medical teams that come in, any long-term.
yeah.
But
it's
does it ever
also
throw you
a
off
tax
because you see the
not
occupancy rate
collected.
a little high and then the taxes don't? Or,
No, the system already kind of does it where we, it's a.
It adjusts.
It adjusts, yeah, it
The
adjusts.
detail is all kept by the actual
Controllers of it, yeah.
company that's doing the occupancy. So
Yeah.
they have to keep track of how many people are exempt for the state
Yeah.
or exempt for the county.
okay, so you get to
so
see
forth.
that.
Yeah, and they're pretty strict. If you don't have the tax exempt form,
Yeah.
the hotel will not give it to you, yeah. Yeah, so they're pretty strict on that. I know because when we hosted here conferences, for religious conferences, the church has to present their tax exempt form. If they don't, then they have to pay the taxes, so.
Is that just state and federal or is it also included?
That's a state, so, state, yeah.
You got schools too, schools as
Schools,
well.
yes, schools,
Travel
yeah.
teams that are.
Yeah.
So like when you all travel, are you excluded also?
No, we have to pay. We're a municipality.
Yeah.
That's it there.
Yeah.
Because you represent the city.
Yeah, no, every time we go, we have to, even if we host someone here, like, let's say we're gonna host somebody that's coming to our city, we have to pay the tax here as well. So, because we're not exempt from that. Yeah, yeah. But it's interesting, you would think they would, but.
I know, because
Yeah,
what you're all doing.
yeah, so, yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Any other questions from anybody? Moving on to the June activity reports. We begin with Eileen's, the Director of CDB's report, which Joel will be reviewing with us.
Yes, so Madam Chair, her report is page 6. Two things I wanted to highlight, it's the Frontera with Paticini. It was a whole project that we had here, we were really involved. We recorded a lot of stuff here in Laredo. She's really well known in PBS station, so it's a really good, so we're gonna put ourselves there. We had even staff from Casa Laredo that came in somewhere and helped us out since they were going to be filming in Nuevo Laredo. We had a Mexican vehicle that stayed with them, took them over there and did all the shots. But overall, they did a huge promotion for the city, so we're really excited. Once it comes out on TV, I know the people are going to be really amazed with everything. They were really impressed with what the city had. Took them to several restaurants here, local restaurants. They loved it. They were crazy for the food. So yeah, that was something, Eileen was really involved in, and Beto and Selena and myself. And so a lot of the staff was really involved on this project. And the other one is, we're working with Councilmember Vanessa Perez for the Avocado Fiesta. So we're really excited for that. It's going to be at Unitrade Stadium and on October 23rd. And right now, we have been getting, the economic development and Teclo Garcia and Arnold have been helping us with sponsors for that. We are finalizing the band that's going to be playing. It's going to be a free event to the public. So we're trying to get a good band that's going to attract a lot of people to come in. Obviously, we're limited in capacity, but we're hoping that we can get 6,000 people. We're gonna have a lot of food vendors, food trucks as well, a lot of stuff for kids. And then there's gonna be a section where, there's gonna be a business side of it upstairs in the clubhouse as well. So people, we're still trying to figure out if they wanna do like a job fair or something, but in ties with all the new warehouses that are bringing the avocados, like Missions and Westpac. Those are big companies, Fortune 500 companies that are already building their warehouses here. So we're really excited for that. I know it's going to be with a lot of the festivities that we used to have that got canceled due to COVID. I think this is going to start off the festivities for WBCA that are going to be in February and stuff. So I think it's going to kickstart all the events that we're hoping. So we're really excited for that.
It's just a one-day deal?
It's a one-day deal.
From what time?
So right now we have it from 5 to
11.
11. Yeah.
5 to 11.
Yeah.
So, I don't know much about produce, but
Yeah.
avocados are prime during October. Is that their time, or?
So I think they're prime. I think it kind of starts ending that time.
It starts ending
yeah.
at that time.
But since we have to, like, Missions is a huge avocado company in Westpac, but Missions probably is the biggest from them too. They are opening big warehouses here, distribution centers here in Laredo, and then obviously the council members in that district. So wanted to do something, and then working with Economic Development Tecno, it was easy for them to sponsor. So they were the ones that jumped into board, and so we're really excited doing something different. Avocado is something one of the biggest produce that we cross here. Strawberries is another one. All the berries basically, but avocado is probably the biggest. Yeah, it's a prime. So
Do they stay in Laredo ever? Or do they go like to the HEB warehouse in San Antonio and then come to Laredo?
no, actually, so this one's
Field trip.
Yeah, this one I think because of the distribution center, they'll probably stay here and then distribute them.
That would be nice,
Yeah.
because it's a different taste.
Yeah.
You can get it sooner.
Yeah, definitely. So we're hoping that, from there, but it's interesting because HEB, I think they get most of their produce from San Antonio.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure they'll do that or not on the side of
Because
HEB.
that's what they do with the strawberries.
Yeah. It's weird. They cross them through here and then they go to San Antonio and back.
And then they come back.
Yeah.
I know.
So, yeah, it's
Because I get
interesting.
strawberries from San Antonio
Oh, yeah.
sometimes, just because I'm in that loop,
Ooh, yeah.
and they, give me like,
Yeah. So, yeah, it's interesting.
What, the band is going to play on the concourse or on the field?
On the,
On the-
on the field.
On the,
There's
on the
a-
field, they have
existing stage.
Yeah, they have an existing.
There's a
stage.
concrete slab,
Flat, yeah.
Right.
and that was
So
originally
nobody will
built
be
there
allowed
for
on-
that
on-
No,
purpose.
yes, there's gonna be people, there's gonna be food courts around the wall of the stadium
Yeah.
and food trucks. And then we'll have, people will have chairs and tables, like cocktail tables, so people will be in the field. And then we'll have like a VIP section, and then the kids zone will be there for the kids as well. And there's gonna be a lot of activities going on. So like face painting, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because you can use the whole outfield.
Yeah, definitely. No, all that's gonna be used.
Right.
Yeah.
We're using the whole stadium.
as long as they don't mess up the grass.
No, we have it's artificial, but they have a cover.
cover.
Yeah, cover. Yeah, that helps.
They have
it.
a floor.
But that's the neat thing when the city invested for artificial turf. It was for that purpose to have multiple
That's
events.
Good idea.
For boxing, for concerts, for other even soccer games. We could do so many things. So utilize it.
And
Now it's
save-
kind of like a multi-purpose facility.
And save water.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to cover it,
yeah.
because artificial turf can be damaged.
Yes.
Yes,
you can.
yes.
It's easier to replace. You would have to like it's kind of like
You cut a little
piece.
a piece,
Yeah.
but they have a flooring that they put
Yeah.
in place. So that's also one of the investments that they do.
Yeah. So those are the things I wanted to highlight on her report, Madam Chair.
I just want to take a moment to congratulate Eileen. I know she's not here, but please tell her on our behalf, congratulations on her interview with Mr. Al Guevara.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Selena sent us.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Selena, for sharing that with us. I don't know if everybody had a chance to see that, but it was a really good
Yes.
interview.
Yeah, she's been getting a lot of interviews and stuff like that, so continue promoting tourism and destination out there, so.
That's great.
Okay, thank you, Joel. Now moving over to the Assistant Director's report, again, Joel, on,
Yes.
which is on page 7.
So, Madam Chair, the two things that I want to highlight, we're really excited. One of them is obviously the tournament, the pony tournament. We're really excited. We're going to be hosting 20 teams for the same weekend, the Palomino and the Bronco. So we're really excited. And then after that, we're going to be hosting a boxing tournament as well. But we're really excited for this tournament, the baseball, and really excited for the facility that we have partnered with Killam, with TAMU in the city, the tennis complex. It's a beautiful facility. Most of the project is already, I would say, it's like 50-60% complete. But we finally did the groundbreaking. But we're really excited because this is going to be able to help us bring more tournaments in the tennis. I know Board Olympics does a really big tournament for tennis. But I know Ms. Trevino, she's, with all the fields that we have scattered, the tennis market is probably the biggest one. Now this one is going to be way bigger and it's going to be professional, so we'll be able to host even collegiate tournaments as well. So we're really excited. We want to thank the partners, the Killam for donating the land, the TAMU again for a great partner, and then obviously the city as well. So we're really excited. We're for this new facility. We're hoping that we're going to do a groundbreaking soon for the sports complex as well. So yeah, but those the facilities, I think sports is going to really put us more on the map, and it's going to attract and it's going to help a lot the restaurants, the hotels, all those entertainment centers because they bring their kids, they bring their families. So it's going to be a good thing for our community, especially right now that we've need all that and people are very excited too.
When will the tennis courts be ready?
So-
1 year, 2 years?
They said that they should be ready, God willing, everything goes good by January of 2021. So, 22, sorry, 22, yes, January 2022. Yeah, 2022. So they're looking, I think it's like an 18 months project. Right now, like I said, the actual facility itself, the bones are there, like all the most of the structures there. The fields, you kind of could see a little bit how they're gonna look, but I would say it's like 50%, 60% complete right now. But we're, while we start getting ready, the city's gonna start promoting it. And hopefully by the time it opens, we can start already having, and working with Ms. Trevino, the Laredo Tennis Association, is hopefully by the time it opens up, we can start already having tournaments there. And, having people from the region, South Texas and even Texas, and, hopefully we could bring international tournaments with, the university or with a local tennis association.
I think one of the things we have to keep in mind when we do pony and we do anything outside that brings in people is we have to learn how to remember to incorporate the Laredoans and get them excited about the people that are visiting and how we should extend welcome signs to them and welcoming to them. And I'll tell you what, one day when the pony people were here, I was at the McDonald's and all I wanted was a drink and I was in a big hurry. I don't remember where I was going. And so, you know how they have the 2 lanes like this?
Yeah.
So I got my Coke and then I started out and then this car started to get in front of me. And I stopped, and then they stopped, and so I went ahead. And then I saw a bunch of kids, and I thought, pony leave. And I got in front of them, and they're probably leaving town, and all this, so I felt real bad. So I told the lady, I said, I want to pay for the people in the back. So I paid for them, it was like $13 or something. So I paid for them, and then I went ahead. And I told the lady, tell them, I'm sorry, I got in front of them. She goes, ma'am, you were next. And I said, doesn't matter. So anyway, so they caught up with me because of the light there on Del Mar.
Yeah.
They caught up with me, and they said, ma'am, Laredo has been wonderful to us, and you just put the cherry on top. Yes, the cherry on top Boston, the
Yeah.
other side of Boston.
Yeah.
He says, we're on our way and we really appreciate this because really, she said, our budget was exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we do help out when we get groups like Pony and other bigger tournaments is we start advising the restaurants.
Yeah.
We have the sales team that reaches
That's
out to those
right.
restaurants that have like banquet facilities and to
Right.
be able to host groups.
Yeah.
And we'll let them know, we've got these groups coming in, this is the time frame that they'll be here. You know, if you can set aside or, you know, special pricing,
Yeah.
because we do know they're also coming on a budget.
Yeah.
And the coaches and the families, they're also distributed this list of locations, like, you can go to Rudy's, you can go to
Oh.
Carino's, you can go
Okay,
here, you
that's
can go
great.
there.
Yeah.
To facilitate that on their end, and the same thing reaching out to the sporting goods stores. You know, okay, I forgot my cleats, I
Cleats.
forgot this, I
Right,
need socks,
right.
so it's where's the academies, where's, you know, Under Armour, Nike, Target, Walmart, all of those. And there are a couple of interviews that do happen just to make the public aware. If you're interested in
Yes.
going and being a spectator
Yeah.
Because
and
I'm
cheering
sure
on
that
these teams,
Yeah.
you know,
it's
but
very hard to get our public involved.
it is, and you know, sometimes with Pony, we know that it's right in the middle of summer, you know, and it's hot. So
Yeah.
a lot of these teams, you know, it's the family support that's there.
Yeah.
But, you know, we have already tinkered about with getting certain businesses to have like, you know, welcome Pony or welcome to Laredo. And that's probably the next step that we'll need to take and just to see how positive other
You need to
people are
tell the
open
little
to
guys to
it.
the Raspa machine
So
so they
yeah.
can.
Yeah, sell out.
Yeah, for the big tournaments, they normally have a deal, and that's, I think, Pony National, it's not even our local Pony here, with, I think it's Conan, last time.
Conan Ice.
Conan Ice, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a deal with them, and then I think, they set up, and man, they sell them like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
With the
With the
heat.
heat,
Yeah.
it's the only way.
But yeah, no, we definitely, and we normally have, they always have like an event, like a welcome event, and that's what we go as well as the city, and we say, hey, this is what we're doing, make sure you go and stop this restaurants, go to this locations, you know, so we try to promote as much. And then for 2022 and all the way to 25, we're gonna have the softball, the girls softball,
Oh, wow, that's
fast
great.
pitch. So those we set up on all the fields. We're hoping that once we get the complex, we're gonna be in just in one location.
Uh-huh.
But in the meantime, we use a lot of facilities, so we have staff everywhere. And that one, since we expect about 120, 150 teams, the city will go to community development, helps us out, and go to the restaurants, go to a lot of places and say, like, hey, we're expecting so many kids, you know, make sure you're ready, because it's gonna hit all the restaurants, no matter how
Yeah.
small, how big you are, they're gonna go and eat. And that's one of the
People
things.
need to know that, and
Yeah.
they just, you know, need
Yeah.
to.
It helps them be prepared, you know,
Right.
when you get to a McDonald's and it's like,
And
I
it's
need
full.
50 cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
So if they
Yes.
already know ahead of time, they
Yeah.
can either bring extra staff and,
Yeah.
you know, with the phone numbers, that they can call ahead.
Right.
I remember, you know, a friend with Popeyes, he's like, we always were ready. We always knew which coaches were gonna call us, with what
That's
time,
great.
and they would even offer delivery services to the field for them.
Yeah. Oh yes, they go up and beyond. I know Chick-fil-A is really good on that.
Mm-hmm.
They put all the orders and then they go drop them off. So
Yeah,
I think
and that's different than just than showing up to the city
Yeah.
and not knowing what to do. That's different. That means the city is welcoming you.
yes.
But at that welcoming event, I think it will be very important that more restaurants and maybe all the hotels should attend. Because yeah, that will be like a great, you know, starting point if it can be more productive. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll reach out to the to Mr. Rosas. He's the president. Because I know that they have like a coaches meeting and
Yeah.
we're there as well. So we go we hit them like 2-3 times and we give out maps, we give out everything. We promote our app for our website, you know, so you don't have to go to the website, just download our app and you'll find restaurants, you'll find hotels, maps, everything you need. So, but we'll definitely reach out to them, Magali, and hopefully we could, at least the hotels where they're staying and stuff like that, if they have any questions and reach out, yeah.
I just want to make a note that Magali Rodriguez has joined the meeting today
Yes.
for
Thank you.
record purposes.
Thank you.
So those, Madam Chair, those were the things that I wanted to.
Another point of order.
Yes.
I know these banks, IBC, Falcon,
Yeah.
they have these big,
Digital.
you know,
The
I mean,
digital boards.
maybe we could put up welcome pony leaders.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, and it's free. You don't have to buy it. You just, you know.
We've also worked with the
We work with the
Yeah,
outlets
let's-
on their screens and
Yeah.
with Falcon.
Falcon,
I'm sure we can talk to Gabby.
yeah, we could talk to the banks. But the city has, on the arena, that's another place that the city has that we could put. So it's free to us and, you know, try to use it.
And some of the restaurants have it too,
Yeah.
and they can,
Yeah.
you know, eat here and get gas. Okay. No. And we did, and we got gas.
How cool.
Quality size pony, is there any other big tournament? Like
The
sports
other
tournaments
one,
happening?
the other one that is coming up in, it's August the 5th through the 8th. It's the boxing, the UFC boxing.
Okay.
That's gonna be there at the arena. So, we are about to, because that was postponed, because of COVID. So we're gonna start sending out to the hotels, for those that submitted special rates, if they have if they want to honor the same day, or, if they have new rates, so they can put it in their website. And we're expecting a lot of people, just because there hasn't been that many boxing tournaments.
Yeah.
So we already, Mr. Yanez, he's the president, and overseeing the tournament. He's already been getting calls like from Louisiana, other states as well, that they want to come. So we're really excited for that. So we'll have that on the first week of August as well.
What are
Yeah, very close.
expatiators? Expatiators
Where's that from?
in the boxing? The
Oh,
second-
spectators.
Oh, it's spectators.
Yeah, they'll get a little typo there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh, that's a new word for me.
Yeah.
So when we meet the next meeting, August the 5th, the boxers will be here.
Yes, that's correct.
And Cocker Spaniels too.
Yep.
We'll get involved with that.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
God, it's gonna be hot.
Well, the good thing with boxing is indoors.
Indoors.
So-
Yeah.
It'll be in their arena.
Okay.
When is the tournament? Or when does the
Yes,
So,
The fight's outside the
So
door.
that's pretty much my report, Madam Chair.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, one more question.
Yes,
For
ma'am.
2022,
Uh-huh.
do you expect that we're gonna go back to normal, like with Water Olympics and?
Yes.
And other
Yes.
things, yes.
Yeah, World Olympics definitely yes. We already talked to the president, the current president Edward, and yeah, he said that we expect all the tournaments back to normal. We actually, and the other one, there's going to be a big volleyball tournament with UISD on the latter part of August. So that's going to be something big. We're I think expecting about 26 teams, out of town teams, and then all the local schools from here. So that's going to be something big that I forgot to mention, but we're going to have a big volleyball tournament as well. But yeah, everything on the sports side, everything's coming back to normal. So once we'll start seeing all those tournaments back, the big ones are going to be the basketball in December with Water Olympics, sorry. The girls golf, they might move it again to February because they moved it from February to September.
Yes.
But I don't think, because right now they're still trying to push everything towards the end, or 2022, they'll move that to February of next year. So yeah, we're really excited. We're gonna see more tournaments coming up, and getting the kids more active, and so.
They did have the golf, the Olympic
The only tournament that they had this year was the university golf tournament.
golf tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
And conferences, are you looking besides the narcotics one?
Conferences, we're the ones that we have booked right now. We do have one that is coming in November. It's a small, but for this year, but mostly they're in the latter part of 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
In 2022, I suppose there's more inquiries and everything.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can go back to.
Yeah, and on the meetings market, because we're part of different associations, a lot of people were furloughed. So
Yeah.
on the hotel side, meeting planners as well. A lot of people were kind of forced into retirement just because of the years that they had. So I was just talking to another board member for MPI, which is a Meetings Professional International, but the Texas Hill Country, and she was telling me we were looking at the membership, and we started to see a lot of the meeting planners that a lot of people have retired, or resigned, or they just got another opportunity, so they started now being real estate, going to other industries. So we're gonna see a little bump there. I think we're not gonna really, the businesses that we booked already, I think are gonna happen, but new ones, I think it's probably gonna be after 2022, maybe 2023.
You're gonna have to hustle.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
meet 'em.
Yeah, because a lot of them, the turnaround, and a lot of them, their budgets were cut. So if they would do 4 or 5 events a year, they're probably gonna do 2 and do bigger ones. So it will affect probably the smaller markets, medium, smaller markets like us. So we are looking into all that. That's why a lot of the focus has been in the sports. We are gonna open another sales assistant for sports. So we're really gonna be pushing the sports a lot because I think that brings a lot of business.
Yeah.
Especially on the weekends when you need the business here in the city, so, yeah.
That's good. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Moving on to the services coordinators report, Veronica Gamboa, which is on page 10.
Good morning. Yes, right here on page 10, as Chair mentioned, I wanted to just highlight that we did have our first destination training yesterday. We're back us as well. We have it was a special DT. It was the LMC residents. So they were very excited to be here. All of them were from out of town. So very, very young too. So they were coming from different parts of the state, from New York up to Washington. So they enjoyed our cities. One of them that was from New York, that we spoke to him, he was very young, he was 30. And he said that he really liked Laredo and wanted to stay here. He was doing his practice, I think it was a cardiac. So he was specializing in that. So he was coming, he wanted to move to Texas, and Laredo, I think is where he wants to relocate. They had a lot of fun. They enjoyed themselves. We took them to the Water Museum. We did the history tour. We showed them the outlets because they were very eager to shop. So they were with them the whole day. So we're coming back with destination training. I think it's a great program to let our front line and even all Laredoans know what we have to offer, because a lot of us, we don't. CVB does not like for anybody to say there's nothing to do in Laredo. So that's something that it has helped a lot of. Most of the people that had gone to DT prior to this will end up saying, at the beginning it's always like, I know everything. I live here all my life, and when the destination was over, they usually say, I didn't know, I learned a lot. So I think it's a great program, and we're gonna now head it up again and continue to host it. And we'll invite everybody to come.
Congratulations.
Were they all vaccinated?
Yes, they were. And we were in a bus. There was only 17 of them, including staff were 20. So we were in a bus of 56. And every the spaces were we had enough space for everything. And most of the things that we do are outdoors.
Okay.
The smallest was probably the Rebecca Rail Grand Museum, but everything else, we came in waves. So we try to do as much as we can to stay for staff to be safe, and as well as our attendees.
You never know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, we're actually finalizing our Sister Cities Festival that will be here next door at the outlet. And we're shooting for November 19th to the 21st. So it's going to be a little smaller scale. We are aiming for 100 exhibitors, and seeing how this new trend, if this festival works, we might have something every year, prior to our Sister Cities Festival.
When was the date?
November 19th to the 21st.
November 9th.
At Saints.
No,
At
it's
here,
at the outlet.
At the outlet.
Well,
The sister cities will be at the out.
This year, yes,
Yeah, we're doing a smaller version.
a smaller version.
Oh,
It'll be like a bazaar.
Yeah.
Hard to get to. Gee, let's make it harder.
Have there been any changes for the Mexican, the vendors from Mexico to come in? Because right now, they can't cross.
Yeah, they can.
Yes,
So
that's
we're-
why we moved it to November.
Hopefully by then-
Hopefully,
Yeah.
it's
Hopefully July, this upcoming month. we
upcoming
live-
month, we will see that. I mean, we're thinking maybe by, at least August.
Yeah.
Vaccinations in Mexico, we, start seeing more of them. I think that they're holding off to open the
Yeah.
bridges.
Yeah.
But hopefully, that's why we moved it to November, and knowing that, it'll be a good month for them as well. People are already gonna come to the outlets
Yeah.
as well. They will have Christmas shopping, so we're actually
Yeah.
asking our exhibitors to bring, a lot of stuff that it's, festive and to prepare for that, so.
And they're excited.
They're
That's
very
good.
eager to come.
Yeah, to come back, yeah.
That's good number.
There's been a lot of losses on a lot of the exhibitors that we hosted
Yeah.
because of COVID. But they're very excited to come and we're moving
That's-
forward to that. That's what we're trying to
And
do.
November is also
That-
a great month, it's cooler,
Yeah.
it's more,
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Hopefully
actually
though,
our
with the
target.
restrictions, and that's what's hurting my type of business. I can get the merchandise.
Yeah,
With COVID, I didn't have any customers, but I had merchandise.
yeah.
Now
you have the customers.
They don't have merchandise, so it's
Yeah.
like, when it's gonna end?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
that's
been
crazy.
almost 2 years now.
Yeah,
This has been rough.
So,
And where's this trickling in?
yeah,
that's what we're trying, hopefully we'll have some of the
Yeah.
different
yeah.
providers here, so that, they're coming in, and it's very hard for us to choose only 100, because we have 200 vendors or more.
Yeah.
They share their spaces, but it's also very, it's kind of gonna help them, because sometimes they share the space, so they'll probably have somebody that can travel, come and sell their items. We know that this is a big impact for them economically to their families and their businesses, so we're trying to help them as much as we can, and we didn't want to cancel this year. We've had a lot of calls actually from people from out of town asking when we're gonna have Sister Cities, and
Oh, that's
hopefully,
great.
and they were hoping that it wasn't canceled, but we mentioned that we're postponing it, we're doing it in November, and next year, July, will be full force on.
Would it be in the hallways or?
Yes, we're actually gonna have, that's what it's pending, but the primary, plan is to have it outdoors, and also maybe the more expensive, like the silver, will be inside a suite just to have that security, that, an extra level.
It might be twofold, because it might help the outlet mall people realize their stores here,
Yeah.
and might also shop there at the same time or go back later.
Yeah, and our plan is to have, in the windows, like a decal where Sister Cities vendors are in there.
Yeah, so people could see it.
So people could
So we're
see
gonna
it.
have the doll and, we're working on all that.
Yeah, we'll be having some type of decal on the windows, whatever they allow us to.
So the people that are calling to find out about the sister cities, are they local, like Laredoans, or they're out of
There's
Laredo?
from Houston, there's some from out of state
Yeah.
as
It's
well.
crazy.
We've had people applying from New York. A lot of people that come, the people that come from far, they usually come to do like bulk. They come to
They come and make their contacts
The
with
contacts.
the artisans directly.
So they come and do that contact, so they start having that business deal with
Almost
them.
like pre-sailing.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
resale,
right now,
yeah.
a supplier can fly in,
Yeah,
but can't drive in.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's
So-
crazy, right?
So we're trying to see, and hopefully this event is something that people are waiting for, and some just regular people that I've spoken to a lady from Houston, and she actually was gonna come for the first time with her girlfriends, because she has, she's like, I love going with my family, but now I have promoted so much with my friends that they want to come and see what you offer, and all the exhibitors and the dances that we would come in with. So we're excited. We're excited.
Monica, real quick, the vendors, do they usually come in 3 or 4 or a week before? Or
No, they actually come the week of.
The week
the week of?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
they
they'll be
usually
on the 18th?
come in probably
16, they start
they
getting.
might come in like on Tuesday, Wednesday of the week, so it's up to the 16th.
About
And
the
then
16th.
they start setting out, because the ones that, we are gonna have a few food vendors, so they have to prepare and they have to see what the products, what they need, you know. Sometimes a lot of them do purchase a lot of the items here to cook, like the flat irons and all that stuff, so they do have to come prepared. So they do come the week up, only the week up.
So it's good for the city.
Yeah, I just want to comment. I've been speaking about this a lot, but I think I like the sister cities being downtown better. I think it's more fitting, and I think it's a great opportunity. Like, I think the real Fiesta Texas should be in Laredo. I've always said that, and downtown is a place to do it. This is a great opportunity to incorporate the local bars downtown too, to have tequila tastings to incorporate the Mexican culture.
Yeah.
Some, you have the food vendors, and then you also have like dedicated night, maybe where there's mariachis out here. And so just to get that whole flavor for all the visitors to
Yes.
enjoy downtown and walk around and feel safe, and maybe close the streets and do all that stuff. And I don't know, there's so much to offer. I mean, I feel like San Antonio is not the place to do it. It should be Laredo. They should celebrate Mexico and America in Laredo, not in San Antonio. So I've been speaking about that a lot, but it's something we need to talk about further, I think.
That's actually one of the plans we had before COVID, that we wanted to expand Sister City
Good.
since it's such a big event. And we wanted to do like a nightlife portion of it. And I guess this is a great opportunity now that we're moving it. And it might be Sister Cities, this November event, it might just stay for every, a sub from Sister Cities Festival that we do in July, just because it's so hot. And it's a great, best weather here to be outdoors. So I'll contact the 8th Street Association so they can do something out there at those days.
Call Laredo Main Street. Yes,
I'm on the
Amy,
facility.
Amy is on the board.
Yes.
And she'll know, sometimes the city gives us money for Jambuzi. And since we're not having Jambuzi, this would be a good opportunity to use, everything that,
And maybe they could do
Yeah.
a nightlife.
They have contact with it's Street and
Street and all the
everybody.
other vendors around downtown.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, they'll help
Thank you.
Yeah, no
Yes,
problem.
we will.
We'll be glad to help too.
Ron,
Yes.
have you gotten any feedback from the cathedral now that it's open?
We actually went in yesterday. It was open for DT, destination training. It's beautiful. We have not had any feedback yet.
Now,
At least not in our
is it
office.
open every day from certain hours? Or I know they have a 12 o'clock mass.
Yeah, they don't open. They just open sporadically for us. I've never been into. They never have a set hour. Yesterday was the first time that we were doing destination training, and I think from the 5 years that we've been hosting DT, this is be the second time it was open when we're hosting it. But I don't have.
You don't know whether it's
I
open
don't
to
know
the
when it's
public.
open to the public. Yeah, yesterday we did have. We were lucky enough to be able to go in. Now that's has been restored and it's beautiful. So I'm trying, actually wanted to add to the destination training in the cathedral inside, just that I haven't had luck to have somebody that could actually be there to give the history of the cathedral and what they. I mean, Lalo does a good job, but we wanted somebody from the diocese to do so.
And then anytime, we have something downtown, like the sister cities, a lot of people say, hey, can we go see the cathedral? Maybe we can work out with the bishop, with Father Eden over there, and say, hey, can you open it a certain amount of hours? And we direct them and say, look, you can come see our cathedral. And that way it's just not there and say, hey, boy, it's nice outside.
Yes, a lot of people want to come in.
Yeah, exactly. And if you go to a church and it's locked, no bueno.
I will see if I could, talk to them and see if they can have those availability.
Father Eden.
Yes.
You can make a list of extended activities you could do while you're at Sister City. That could be one of them.
Yeah.
I
Also
know
at
also,
nightlife, try out the bars and downtown shopping.
Bars and the history tours as well, so if I have a little.
Come and have your wine at the cathedral.
Because a lot of my customers, they like to go downtown and do a little.
Unconcentrated.
They say it's just like nowhere else.
Yes,
Nowhere else.
Yeah.
You know,
our downtown is.
it's very unique from any other downtown anywhere else.
With Francisco, remember that show?
Oh, yes,
When he
those,
came-
yeah.
Don Francisco, when he came to Laredo, he was all excited because he bought 12 sunglasses for $5. Some little downtown area.
Señor Internacional.
It was at his father's store, Toys R Us, or what is it? BB Toys.
He was so excited.
Yeah.
You couldn't believe it.
Yeah, he was a character.
You're the bird.
Yeah, downtown is.
As many times as I lose them, it's worth it.
And the sales, I can't believe you all are selling so much.
Yes,
This is great.
yes, the shop is doing well, so, and I think it's, people come in and they gravitate to everybody, even people that, staff that comes in to pick up items or meet with us,
great.
they gravitate to the store, so
Yeah.
it's doing well.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's doing well. Any other questions on my part?
Thank you. Monica, thank you so much. Moving on to the marketing manager's report, Selena, which is on page 17.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'll go ahead and my report takes up pages 17 and 18, but I'll go ahead and highlight the visit from the United Tacos of America in conjunction with Identity Productions. They had a partnership already formed with the Laredo Taco Company. So they wanted to come down to Laredo and film at a Laredo Taco Company location in Laredo. So what they did is they just expanded on the way the company is growing, more locations throughout Texas. They got a bit of the culture that we have. They spoke to muralist Sandra Gonzalez, who did the Abrazo mural that's located behind the Rialto. It's also got a little bit, of I guess a funny twist where they did a little recreation that they planned on by themselves with how the cowboys were cooking and they didn't know how to, utilize the food from the comal and, somebody came along and presented them a tortilla. So it's got, a little comedic twist to it. But it's the second time that this production company does come into Laredo, and that's something that will probably be featured this fall. And they had a great time, even made contact with the Laredo Taco Company marketing manager. So hopefully they'll go ahead and bring in one of their group retreats soon.
I know it sounds really strange, but as much as I travel around the country, the number one marketing tool for Laredo is Laredo Taco
It's the Laredo
Company.
Taco Company.
And
Yes.
when I was in Nashville a few months ago, people were asking where I'm from, and there's one in Nashville, like on West End Avenue, which is in the main part of Main Drag.
Wow.
And people are like, oh yeah, we eat the Laredo Taco Company all the time, but the tacos really that good there. I'm like, no, they're better. But, but it's a brand that we really need to embrace more because it really does give us an outreach in areas that people don't even know where Laredo is from or where it is, So I found that really interesting. I've been traveling to hear that a
In
lot.
speaking to their marketing director, he was saying that they've noticed a disconnect in the quality of the food.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As they're opening up more locations towards the north side.
Sure.
And I was like, well, it's because you gotta come into Laredo. It's the flavor, the sazon, la mano que tienen, the tortilleras.
Yes.
I was like, it's not the same, which is why you need to have a retreat in Laredo and bring in your new recruits so they can learn from the staff that you got here.
Sure.
Do like a training.
So, yeah, so
Hire people.
that's the
Originally
plan,
in
yes.
Laredo, because we're everywhere.
You can train people and
But he mentioned, he's like, I'm having a disconnect, and while he was here, he stayed with the crew the entire time, and he went into different locations, and he's like, I can't find this flavor. He's like, it's not the same. He's like, and I'm losing it. He's like, we're losing it as a company, and I'm like, it's the hand, I was like, it's the water, maybe. I don't know. But yes, and a lot of people, and also he says that he's fighting a lot of the stigma of it's gasoline food. It's like, why are you gonna go there? You know, it's not a restaurant. Like,
Well, that's true,
you want me to
too,
have food
because
at a
that's-
gasoline station?
I kind of get turned off. with
He's
that.
like, I'm
Husband
still.
loves it.
Just
No,
think
it's
you
amazing.
That's also super good.
It's great, and whether you go for lunch plates too, you know, and it's very affordable. And he's like, we
Always
know our
full.
market.
Always.
Yeah, he's like, we know our market. We know we're gonna get lines. We know we're gonna get sales. He's like, but I have to fight a lot of that stigma of that your gasoline
Yeah.
station food.
People get there early, especially when they have a chili relleno, by 12, they're gone.
Yeah, they're like, this was the first year I was brave with, you know, and again, I had the same thing, gasoline. I was busy and I was like, what do I do for lunch? It was Friday, it was Lent, and I was like, well, let me get a shrimp taco. I was like, and let's just see what the consequences are later on. And it was amazing, it was really, really good. I told her, you gotta get the shrimp tacos. I was like, I know they're in a gas station, but they're really good. And he's like, no, he's like, I'm finding out. He's like, I might even take some of the staff members here and just go do trainings, you know, for a week, for a weekend, for his new recruits.
Exactly.
Or
So-
just bring them all over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was like, no, no,
We sell our water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had a great time, you know, and their corporate offices are in Dallas. I asked, you know, if there were any plans on expanding any corporate offices here in Laredo, and he's like, that's really not in the ballpark right now.
That's where it
Like,
should be in Laredo.
yes, that's what I told him
Right.
you would think. But he just mentioned that the companies, you know, kept on growing, and they're in Dallas right now, and they do want to go ahead and try to see how they can bring back and combine all their locations so that they don't lose that original flavor that was built here.
How many locations do they have?
I don't remember, I didn't
Yeah.
ask him,
Sounds
But they
massive.
have,
Hundreds.
they have,
Yeah, it
yeah,
sounds massive.
but yeah.
Yes.
All
But they-
Valeros, ¿verdad? Stripes.
yeah, the stripes. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the good thing it has, like Omar said, it has a name there.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
brand conscious. It's good.
I
So
went to a restaurant here in town, you know, good restaurant with my daughter, and so they brought in breakfast with the tortillas, and I said, "Are these homemade tortillas?" And my daughter says, "Dad, don't ask him that." I said, "Of course, there were homemade tortillas. You only get homemade tortillas at Stripes."
Yes,
I mean, you know, hombre, I mean, I always order one tortilla more than there is now. They're charging me for it now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that, to me, one of the best places to eat savory food at those,
yeah.
at the Laredo
at
Taco
the Laredo
Company
Company.
for half the price.
Exactly,
Or
yeah.
30 bucks.
Yeah.
So does the Laredo Taco Company have any history about Laredo literally? I mean, because it has the name Laredo in it.
I asked about that, and the marketing director was with the company probably for about a year, and he's like, I'm still learning, you know, he's like, but I just know that we started, or the company started in Laredo back when they were, with Mavericks. Do you remember the Mavericks? Yes. So, I know, and the owner of the store that we were filming in, he's like, I'm dating myself. He's like, but we started with them when we were Mavericks. I was like, I know what you're talking about. I was like, I started with Mavericks.
Yeah.
He's like, so now that we've progressed along the years, it's just being bought out by whatever chain comes in, and right now, well, they're with Valero. But that was, you know, that was his location to Texas was just, you know, going from Mavericks into Valeros, and now they're extending, and they want to, you know, be their own and get rid of you're just gasoline food. So that's the problem that they're having, and then aside from that, keeping that flavor so intact.
Well, Valero has a lot of locations. It's a big partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, Lynn, I don't know if this is your area, but one trend I've seen that I think we could take advantage of and to help with tourism too is the selfie rooms that are happening all around the country. I don't know if you're familiar with those concepts. I can send you some stuff, but for revenue generation as well as to engage local artists
Yeah.
to create their little space. I'm sure we have space down here downtown that we can use, or the city has, or whatever. But the selfie rooms are really hot right now, and I know they just opened one up across. But there's none in Laredo. There's like a million in San Antonio, Austin, and people go there just if it's based on the Laredo culture, Laredo theme stuff, maybe people will come down and want to participate, with that kind of.
Yes,
kind of-
I've been seeing some
Yeah.
friends that went to a couple up in San Antonio and Austin, and I mean, they look great,
Awesome.
like you said, I mean, it's just, people want to go, and as soon as they get, with their Uber, like, "Well, take me here, take
Yeah.
me there."
Yeah.
So I think that's something that's probably more geared towards the cultural district.
Okay.
But I mean, it's something that we can go ahead and partner with
Sure.
to kind of get the ball rolling so that once we do have something like that here, we can go ahead and add that as a tourism
Sure.
amenity.
Yeah. it's really-
Explain
I've
this,
never heard
a
of
selfie booth.
People go like to these little like small spaces, and there's backgrounds and everything. They're taking pictures of them, and then they're posting them on their social media.
Oh,
and you're
that's the
tagging.
background.
Yeah, you're tagging where you're at, where you're. So people like I have friends that'll go to San Antonio just because they saw a bunch of their friends posting in a room with
Yeah.
bubbles, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's very
Bubbles,
attractive.
ball pits,
And there's
you know,
nothing that's
around.
based on culture yet. A lot of people are just doing spaces that have mirrors and lights, but maybe something that's more historically based that has that kind of feel.
We have that sign that's on the bridge
Yeah.
that says Mexico and Laredo.
Yeah, that'd be
And
awesome.
then have that, and then have, a selfie there.
Exactly.
They have that
Yeah.
right out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cafe Dolce used to have that downtown on Victoria, I mean, it had all kinds of deals, and they take a selfie there.
Maybe also consider some kind of influencer, like
Yeah.
with the murals and everything. That is also a very hot.
Yes,
Yeah.
whenever
Yeah.
we had several influencers from Mexico and from the US that have come, we make sure that we do include some murals, on the tour. And, that's something that actually does come out a lot when, while they're here and they're posting, they'll get more responses of where is that, where can I go, how can I get there?
Yeah, we
So-
can also-
In 2002, I think it was, or 3, I bought the Stanley Cup to Laredo.
Oh.
And it was the first time it had ever been on the US-Mexican border. So I took a picture with the Stanley Cup in front of that sign.
Wow.
And it came out in the five magazines, all of the big,
Cool.
soccer hockey
Yeah.
magazines.
Wow.
Because they were all so excited that the Stanley Cup
The Bucks.
fit in Laredo
The Bucks.
in the Mexican border.
So that's my report. After that, you'll go ahead and see our social media activity and then our ads that are right now currently in in Mexico, and the attachment that I gave out was my I'll go ahead and give this to you. These are ads that we placed on the US side right now in regards to the vaccinations that y'all were mentioning. In Mexico, what we are doing is promoting a bit of vaccine tourism, where you can go ahead and get your flight, on Aeromar, come to Laredo directly from Mexico City, get your vaccine, have a good time, stay here at a hotel, enjoy your weekend, and then go ahead and go back home. So that's something that's also being, really looked at and taken advantage of on the Mexican market, because we do know that the rollouts over there are a little delayed. So this is more of, already at your fingertips in regards to.
And we were also in the Texas Highway
Oh, yes!
magazine.
Yes. It came out, it was a really great story. I have a copy there if you need one.
No, I have the magazine.
Oh, okay.
I text Aileen.
Yes.
I told her when I got it, because it was a great article. It was this author who decided that he was going to reconnect with his something or other in him. And he says, and the only way I could do that was to travel the highway between San Antonio and Laredo.
Yes,
And then he wrote-
stayed here at La Posada.
Yes, he stayed
Yeah.
at La Posada and he talked about all these great things that he did.
When it comes, because Eileen asked me about it, and when it comes to editorial pieces, because of communication ethics,
Right.
the advertiser and the publication aren't allowed to inform us
Right,
that
right.
you've got a freelancer in town or this
Yes.
story's
Yeah.
coming up, unless it's paid advertorial.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when it came out, and you were the one who gave us,
Yes.
the green light on it. I told Nicole, And she's like, I'm in College Station. She's like, I'm about to show Eileen the publication. She's like, but I couldn't tell you that. And she's my sales rep. She's like, you know the way it is. They have to divide sales and advertising. And I completely understand. And she's like, isn't it a great piece? I was like, it is. I go, thank you so much.
Yeah.
But-
But we should contact him and just.
Yes, I looked him up and he's
Yes.
done other stories for Texas Monthly. And I want to say he's done, little novel
And I think
excerpts.
he may come back, because it seemed in the
Yeah.
story like.
Yeah, no, he had a really good interest here, and you can tell that he was familiar with the
Invited to the
area.
Sister City.
I should reach out to him.
That would be nice.
Sorry, I'm talking a lot today.
No, no, you're good.
One of the things also when I'm, in other cities in Texas, and I like targeted ads outside of the city, but you know how like Buc-ee's has advertisements, it's really catchy stuff, like even in Florida, well they opened in Florida now, but they would say, nearest Buc-ee's 3,000 miles away, right?
Yeah.
One thing people don't realize is how close Laredo is.
Yeah.
And I would tell people I live in Laredo, and I'm in Austin, they're like, well, that's so far away. I'm like, it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, so maybe targeting ads only 3 hours away, south on 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like people don't realize how the best Mexican food in Texas is in Laredo, only 3 hours south. I mean, I don't think people realize how close, even in San Antonio, people don't know how close they are. So there's a misconception that we're on the border, it's so far away.
Yeah.
I
Or
like
they
to think about that.
focus in also with the valley.
Exactly,
You
exactly,
are
yeah.
farther, you
Yeah,
are
so
here.
I didn't realize how close it was when I moved here. I was in Austin, and I was like, it's only 3 hours. So
Yeah.
I just think it's a really good, catchy thing to.
Yeah, that's something.
A little too fast, but
That's
I
something we
mean,
can go ahead and we're doing right now with the new branding is making
Yeah.
sure that the logos were kind of,
Yeah.
sticking to people's minds.
Yeah.
But definitely,
Yeah.
that's something that we will go ahead and
Sure.
consider.
I mean,
and take
that, that ad, the place to eat, is missing the authentic Mexican food on the bottom. Like, something else to make it unique.
Yeah.
If you have this
No, but I
Austin
think,
where
internally
there's really
we
good
know, we're like,
food,
San
right?
Antonio doesn't have the best tacos.
No.
Austin doesn't have the best tacos.
Yeah.
And I think, when the production company was here of United Tacos of America, he was talking to Sammy the House Ramirez is Laredo's taco ambassador. He competed in, getting votes online, and he was the top one who got the ambassador title. And they were talking about the best tacos and everything. He's like, it's not called the Dallas Taco Company. It's not called the Houston Taco
For a
Company.
reason.
It's the Laredo Taco Company for a reason.
Yeah.
So, that's something that they even realized. The production company identity, they were like, Laredo's got a lot of really great eats. They're like, we're the Laredo Taco Company because of the partnership that they formed. But they also ventured out and tasted, with the little mom and pops as well.
And they're more popping up.
Yes.
You have some new places for tacos.
They're delicious.
Yeah, so. Good.
I was gonna ask you, on the advertisement, the billboards coming back from San Antonio, are y'all in charge of them, or?
Yes.
So those, the summer round got really faded.
Oh, no, those are, they've already expired.
Okay,
So with I know which one you're talking about. I think it's like right through the
yeah, you can barely
stuff.
see it.
Yes.
Okay,
But what happens is that the company doesn't go ahead and switch out until they have another advertiser. So we're working on that one.
yeah, it might just make us look a little bad, that it's so faded.
Yeah. But other than that, we did get a PR opportunity with TexasMonthly.com. I did a little elevator pitch in regards to the best the best barbecue in town, and hopefully we'll go ahead and hear back from them in the next 2 weeks.
Awesome.
But if y'all have any other questions.
It's great.
Great. Selena, thank you so much for all the hard work. Moving on to the Monterrey office, Samuel Jimenez and Selena are not with us today, but I believe Joel will be
Yeah.
reviewing the report.
The
It's on
report.
page 22.
Yes, Madam Chair, 22 and 23. So they're really excited. They actually just had two events, two golf tournaments. So the first events, everything had been canceled, and now Monterrey's opening up as well. So they were able to reach out. They had the first tournament, they had 140 players, and then the second one, 120. So it was a great exposure for us to be there, to be in person, to show that Laredo cares, and we're constantly promoting the golf course, our destination, And so the other thing was the Facebook Live. They continue to doing outreach with that. That's been very popular. So those were the two things that I wanted to highlight in the report, Madam Chair. I'm not sure if you guys have any questions.
Thank you, Ed. Does anybody have any questions for the Monterrey office? Any
How is the
recommendations?
vaccination tour issue working out?
It's people flying. It's been very popular. The Aeromat actually extended their flight, so now they have more flights. So we see a lot more people flying in, just because it's a lot easier to get vaccinated here than in Mexico. So it's great for us because they stay here at least 2 nights, maybe 3 nights. So they go shopping,
Sure.
and what they do is they come with an empty luggage and they go with 2 or 3. So which is great, because they're staying on the stores, hotels, restaurants. So we're really excited for that. Yeah.
And in some cases, they have to come back the second time, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we hit them not unless they get the Johnson and Johnson, but we try not to promote that one. We come twice.
Come twice.
Yeah.
We try to promote it.
Yeah. But they're happy because they want to come because they get to go shopping, they get to see a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but now I'm saying that Johnson, you have to get a booster like in 6 months.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna get, so might as well get the Pfizer and Moderna. So
Wasn't Aeromat going to be expanding their flights, like not just to Mexico City, but
They're-
they're considering?
they're right now considering probably like a beach destination. They still haven't said, announced it, but they're looking already.
Working.
Yeah, they're working if they do like Puerto Vallarta, Cancun,
Would
Acapulco.
be wonderful. I
yeah.
can't tell you how many
Oh, yeah.
people I talk to
Yeah.
that go to
Oh,
Cancun.
yeah. Yeah, we were just looking into doing that.
Including Ted Cruz.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're looking at that, so we're hoping that they could expand, and I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but there's gonna be a huge construction of the airport, they're expanding the
Yes.
airport as well, so we're really excited for that.
Yeah.
They're expanding, they're moving the whole TSA, the whole terminal, so it's gonna be really nice. So
Huge.
Yes.
Huge change.
Yes, and I think we needed that,
It would be
so.
great if they do a Cancun because they don't have a connecting flight
No.
to Cancun.
No.
And they're big in
Dallas.
You
Cancun.
gotta fly them down.
That was, yeah,
Yeah, they're big in Cancun. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
a huge terminal there.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, so we're hopefully we can get other flights as well, but as soon as we have that, we'll definitely start promoting it and, because.
Yeah, that just opens the doors a little
Doors,
more
yeah.
to bring in business, definitely.
Yeah,
And these seasonal. You
Yeah.
know, like Allegiant used to have the
Yeah. Orlando, yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Does anybody have any questions?
Quick question, what is the Las Cruces golf course? Is that Las Cruces, New Mexico, or?
No, that's probably the golf,
That's the club thing.
the club thing, yeah, that's probably the name of the club. That's kind of cute.
Like a country club.
Monterrey.
Yeah, Monterrey,
This
yes,
is the Monterrey, yes.
yeah, it's a
Las
Monterrey,
Cruces.
yeah,
We promote our golf.
yeah.
We're looking at our next meeting, August the 5th. Does anybody have anything to bring up to our meeting, information or anything that we need to, or announcements that we want to say, anything?
No, I just encourage you to support our nonprofits, they're having problems with getting functions going on, there's ticket sales going on, and we support them and to support the nonprofits. And Selena, can I chat with you after the meeting? I have a couple.
Definitely.
Okay,
Of course.
but you have to sit on this side so I can, my ear.
Not a problem.
And you have to buy something.
Get after the spending.
You have to buy something before you leave.
I have to buy something before I leave. What are you selling?
We got a whole
I only have one of each.
I just wanted to invite everybody. We're gonna have the last Laredo Hit game on July the 9th. It's the last regular season game. So
Oh,
if you
yeah.
haven't gone,
Yeah.
go.
Oh.
Support our home team. It's really
Yes.
fun. We
I
had great
unfortunately-
crowds, yes.
I missed the game yesterday.
Yeah,
I
it was
wasn't
a
able to
great
go, but I
game.
had gone to the previous
Yeah.
two, and I've been giving out Laredo merchandise.
Nice.
And I talked to Priya, and she
Yes.
said that she was really appreciative of it because they weren't able to put in an order for promo item on time.
Yes, oh, nice,
So,
yeah.
so what we give out in the stands, you know,
That's
just
nice.
really balanced it out. But I want to say I spoke with Vanessa, who's
Yes.
their marketing
Mhm. Yes,
manager,
yes, yes.
and she was saying that they were clocking in between 700 to 800 people in
Yes.
attendance per game.
Yes,
So that was
yes.
really
And that's an
good.
average. We had
Pretty
a couple, we had 1 or 2 games that they had over 1,000 people
Yeah.
in attendance.
And let it be known, in a facility, to get that many people,
Yeah.
facility that you have there,
Yeah.
yeah, I saw the facility that Brownsville had, no,
Oh,
McAllen.
yes. It's
HEB.
beautiful,
Oh,
yes.
beautiful. Ave Maria.
Yes.
No,
All over the valley, they have really nice sport complexes
Man, this-
and, yeah.
Yes.
Your
stadiums.
facility, I mean, I've known it for Swanee's for many years,
Yes.
JJ and all that.
Yes.
No.
I mean, you do wonders with what you have.
Yes, exactly.
And right now,
yeah.
they do not have their concession open,
Yeah.
so the university and Aramark were able to tell everyone, if you want to take in your pizza, if you want to stop and get a Happy Meal for the kids, go
Yeah.
ahead and take it in.
That's
The same
interesting.
thing with, you know, adult beverages, if
Yeah.
you want to take in a little ice cooler, you know, BYOB,
Yeah.
so they'll go ahead and, you know, it's very economical.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to going somewhere and then you end up spending $50 on food for a whole
Yes.
family.
Exactly.
So they've got really great attendance this year, and the guys did great. I think they won last
Yes.
night, and the ones on the road too.
I heard they're doing that at movie theaters up north. Telling people
Where
they
you
can bring
can
the
get your
popcorn,
own, yeah.
and they're getting packed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to go because they were paying $10, $12 for popcorn. You know,
Yes.
it's a good idea. Make
Yeah.
So,
That's
yes.
true.
So July the 9th.
July 9th,
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
Thank you, Maria.
Okay.
Thank you, Magali. Anything else that I need to bring to our meeting? I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. I know everybody has busy schedules,
Yeah.
and we made time for this meeting. Thank you all for all your hard work. And I believe we're ready to adjourn our meeting. Do we have anything else to say?
Okay, motion to adjourn.
I second it.
Motion carried. Thank you all.
Thank you.
And if you haven't validated your parking ticket